Hello everybody and welcome. My name is NoodleMcMuffin and today is this very special day indeed where we are going to be reading some fine literature, some My Little Pony fan fiction. Woo! Alright, so it's called Revenge is a Candy Cane. Oh, by the way, in the background there's going to be playing some Binding of Isaac gameplay. I am pretty bad, so disclaimer there. But here we go, we're going to get started. Revenge is a Candy Cane. Sunset Shimmer EG, Human Discord, Fluttershy EG. I don't know what any of those words mean. Ronnie, shut up, I'm masturbating. Sunset Shimmer may be forgiven, but a certain older boyfriend is not impressed with how his beautiful young girlfriend was treated by her and seeks vengeance in a harmless yet humiliating way. I'm sorry for my reading. I learned how to read last week, so it might be a little, a little sketchy. Some things just have to be done. Atonement. 3:30 p.m. Discord's estate, Canterlot. Lay over the desk, young lady, Discord ordered. Sunset Shimmer closed her eyes and gulped. She knew she had this coming. Her behavior was unacceptable, and now things had changed and junior year was beginning. She only felt it fair that Fluttershy, who bore the brunt of many past humiliations by the old ruthless red-headed female, got what she deserved. The girl with the soft hair and yellow top stood across from the large room where a desk and dark velvet carpet were laid. I am sorry, Sunset, but Discord looked at her with a smile. Shh, my darling. You know this young lady has to atone for what she has done, don't you? Fluttershy looked the floor and nodded. Yes. I deserve it, Sunset Shimmer chimed in. That's why I agreed to come to your house after school. The tall man with long dark hair and large brown eyes glared at her. He placed his cane. There are a lot of, I'm correcting all these grammatical errors. I'm just going to read them with the grammatical. He placed his cane by her bottom and growled. Did I say you could speak, young lady? She gulped. No, Discord? Precisely. The question mark wasn't needed. He walked back and forth and explained how he worked as a headmaster, which was a lie, but it created more of a scare for the young female. You may have made your peace, and for that I am sure your friends are thankful. He said, pacing the floor with his shiny brown shoes. You did, however, hurt someone very special to me. Very precious. A beautiful yet delicate flower that did nothing once to harm you, did she? What? His voice was raspy and cold. Sunset Shimmer sniffled and nodded her head. Now we all know why you are here and why you accepted my darling's invitation. I have no time for you as a friend, nor do I want to be associated with you. However, after this, I feel a mutual bond can be arranged. Alright, cool, my audio is recording. I'm just making sure I didn't read this for nothing. He spoke firm and quickly. Why is that in quotes? Sunset just nodded her head. The feeling was mutual. Fluttershy looked at her boyfriend, whom had stolen her heart, not before she took his, though. To him, she was a breath of fresh air in a chaotic, cold world of people with dark desires as his was in ratty little disputes such as the girl bent over his large desk. He had no time for delinquency activity. At least not in the real world. I want you to apologize with each swipe. Do you hear me? He stated. Yes, Sunset whimpered. Oh, this is gonna get dirty. Her black skirt would feel each blow of the cane, and she knew it. Sunset clutched the desk and closed her eyes. The sound of the cane coming down was like a whistle, and then crack! Ah. Sunset felt... That was a very pain-induced, Sunset felt the harsh blow to her butt, making her legs shiver and face go red. Suri! She wept profusely. Crack! Whip! Crack! The cane hit so hard she felt that her legs would fall off. Sweat fell from Sunset's face, and her hands were getting pins and needles. The humiliation was more painful than the strikes against her small backside. Sorry, so sorry. Forgive me. Discord told Fluttershy to refrain from saying anything until Sunset's punishment was over. Fluttershy felt this was somewhat justified, despite her nice and sweet persona. She was holding some pent-up rage from what Sunset had put her through that past year. She had torn her friends apart from each other before Twilight came into the real world. Sunset Shimmer had also pulled at her hair, thrown coffee all over her new yellow t-shirt, and pulled her dowel down in the girls' locker room, hot, exposing her entire body, including her large breasts. How do horses have breasts? That is my question. That's actually that wasn't the actual fan fiction. That was just me saying that. Most teenagers would have found this amusing, but not Fluttershy. She was a private person, and when she explained what had happened to her, this made her boyfriend and only ever man she lived with livid with anger. No one exposed his precious petal like that in such a crude manner. Only like an eighth of the way through. Rainbow Dash had punched Sunset in the face for what she had done once, and all was well and good. Then, of course, Applejack tackled her to the ground after Shimmer made that nasty comment about her being parentless. Oh, that's sad. Applejack and Rainbow Dash were square when it came to putting things behind them, and Sunset embraced them with a hug. She realized how nice the six girls were, and Twilight Sparkle led her to see that. However, aside from Pinkie and Rarity, who had very little to do with Sunset before she wreaked havoc and tried to destroy the entire dance, Fluttershy definitely bore the brunt of her verbal and physical bullying. Due to this, Fluttershy remained silent and accepted a wailing Sunset Shimmer's apologies while Discord swiped her behind with the cane. Crack! Crack! Arg! Arg! She bellowed. Ah! Sunset thighs felt as though they were burning and her whole body was sweating. She was made to keep her jacket on to increase her body heat and make this a more uncomfortable experience. 8 more apologies left, young lady. Sweat continued to pour from the redhead's face. Her blonde streaks were sticking to her scalp as she moaned in sheer pain and discomfort. Why didn't I wear my jeans instead, she thought. That thought was quickly dismissed with 3 swift swats to just under her pert behind where her thighs lay. Ah, 1, she cried. Oh, 2. Ah, 3, she panted. The hit to her bottom was tough, but the thighs really stung. 5 more, Discord declared, while turning his head towards his girlfriend and giving her the smallest of winks. Fluttershy bit her lip and blushed. Never would such a dainty young woman admit it, but she was slightly turned on by the sight of her older man and lover, taking control of the situation by striking... Oh, I thought she was saying that her lover was this girl who bullying... Oh, man, plot holes. Of this situation by striking this young, wayward teenager of whom no doubt needed the lesson. Count the last 5, young lady, he growled. Whack, crack, snap, 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 smack. 1, she winced. 2, she shuddered. 3, the pain was searing through her skin. 4, she felt her skin being torn apart. 5, she managed to scream, falling to her knees, and she covered her face and wept. Discord tapped her on the shoulder. You are forgiven now, my dear. One of the maids will see you to your marks. Fluttershy hurried over to her friend and lifted... She's not her friend. I thought she was being bullied. Sunset refrained from hugging her. I am so sorry, Fluttershy, she croaked. I did not know how much I humiliated you. Fluttershy grabbed a tissue and handed it to her friend while they walked down the corridor toward a spare room. Fluttershy turned her large blue eyes toward Discord, standing proudly, tall in stature, long dark hair, and a devious grin upon his face. She blushed and blew him a kiss while he clasped it with his left hand. Sighing, Fluttershy happily escorted her friend into the large room where a set of cold cloths and lotion was placed. Here, have a glass of water first. The girl with the soft pink hair handed Sunset a glass. She gulped the drink very swiftly. Ah, do you have anything stronger? She asked blatantly. The maid closed her eyes and nodded. Yes, just a second. Fluttershy gasped when the short woman with curly brown hair pulled out a small bottle of bourbon and placed it in a glass with some ice. Here, it will calm you down a bit, she said knowingly. Sunset had guessed that this maid too had felt the brunt of her employer's cane, perhaps more than once. Note to self, never piss off Discord. She mumbled underneath her breath so Fluttershy couldn't hear. Flutters was busy cooling her stripped legs and behind with cloth. I thought Fluttershy's the one being beaten? I thought it was Sunset. What the fuck is going on? Fluttershy was busy cooling her legs and behind with... Oh, wait, is Fluttershy cooling her butt or her butt? I don't know, man. That feeling any better, she asked, while gently pressing it... Oh, okay, so Fluttershy is doing it to Sunset... this is about to get weird. Once she had placed the lotion on, Sunset waited for it to stick with then placed cold ice over her swelling backside and thighs. Swollen. Sunset Shimmer felt shivers. Say that 5 times fast. Sunset Shimmer felt shivers and her legs shook. Guilt washed over her like a wave. I am such a damn fool, Fluttershy, she mumbled sadly. Fluttershy started to rub her back sympathetically. No, Sunset, you are not. You're brave. You admitted your mistakes. Sunset finished her drink while laying on her side. Puh, she spat. Yeah, and I am still paying for that every single day, man. Fluttershy got the feeling Sunset was no longer talking about Discord's punishment. She turned to her other side while the maid left and asked Flutters to sit beside her. which she did. You know why none of the guys ever get invited to my place, do you? None of you guys get invited. Fluttershy shrugged. I guess not. It's because my parents hate me. They loathe and despise me. Maybe it's because you're a bitch, she said with warm tears welling up in her eyes. Fluttershy held out her hand and clasped it tightly. No, that is not true. It can't be. Oh, really? Then why do they tell me every day? Oh, just an angsty teenager. I was a mistake. I made their lives and everyone else's hell. I ruined everything. As soon as I turned 18, they were turfing me out. Good. All of the words were flowing from her like a sea of pain. Fluttershy knew the feeling of abandonment after her own mother left on her 12th birthday, leaving her alone with a man she had dated to be legal guardian and stepfather. That man, of course, was Discord. Oh, that's weird. Leaving her alone with the man she had dated to be her legal. Oh, she was 12. And her mother was dating Discord, but now she's dating. Oh, that's fucking weird. He at first did not know what to do with the okay. She tried to be nice to him, but was very scared around him, and Discord had a low tolerance for cowardice. Not once, however, did he strike her. His cane was reserved for delinquent behavior and misfits. He did not have the heart to toss the young woman out onto the street, so he kept her in the large, stately home until 2 years later, at age 14, things progressed on a more father-daughter level, where he fucked her. No, I'm just kidding. That wasn't there. The last 3 words I added in, because I'm getting really bored. Fluttershy explained openly to Sunset how Discord changed and she no longer felt so alone. He had even helped her forget about her mother's leaving and planted a garden for her to grow vegetables. He even brought her a bunny for her 15th birthday, of which she named Angel. Or Angel, if you're from Hispanic descent. Hold up, I need a break. I'm just gonna itch my nose. How you guys doing? Huh? Are you still listening? 12 minutes in, because so far this is total bullshit. There's no porn, there's no dicks. I'm not complaining, but why the hell am I doing this, honestly? I don't know, I just felt like taking a break from U4, taking a break from RimWorld. You know, maybe I'll just read some fan fiction, you know? I was just gonna play Binding of Isaac as a Let's Play, but I was like, you know what, I suck, and I need to do something to make this interesting. So, you know what, maybe I'll do this with all of my my Let's Plays. I'll record the actual gameplay, and then I'll just read fan fiction. You know, if you think that's a good idea, like and comment, because that'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, and if you have better fanfiction websites, please. All I did was Google My Little Pony erotic fanfiction, which I've never Googled before, surprisingly. Sorry, I need to get back in. Oh, that was a nice 30-second break. It was more like a minute, but... Bunny, she started to hug him and latch onto him, which he somewhat enjoyed. As she blossomed into a beautiful young woman, his gaze was transformed and transfixed upon her. One day she approached him about her 16th birthday. Her eyes were particularly large and sparkly that evening. Her green dress that fell below her knees showed off her lower leg and yellow heels beautifully. Her hair... How does a horse wear heels? Her hair and makeup danced around his senses and made his heart pound. She felt her heart beat ever so fast when he stood up in his black suit and removed his jacket, exposing only a white shirt. He had deep brown eyes, which were immersed in hers. He asked what it is she wanted, but she was transfixed upon his gaze and cupped his face. Softly she asked if she could. There's someone outside my room. There is definitely someone outside my room, and I don't want them to hear me reading fanfiction. This is really scary, guys. If my brother comes in here and sees me reading fucking My Little Pony fanfiction, he's gonna tell everyone. He's gonna tell my mom. I'm gonna be sent off to an institute. Oh, fuck! Come in! I'm definitely not reading My Little Pony fanfiction, and you look like a total queer. Oh my god. Hey guys, I'm back. That was my brother. I told him my idea. So, getting back. That was a nice break. I'm probably gonna cut that out. Okay, guys, where were we? He then... Sky, you turned on my fucking Xbox! Sorry. Latch onto him, but then we kissed. Well, he put his mouth on my lips and I let him. She blushed. I never did get to ask him about my birthday, she giggled. Sunset was wide-eyed and confused. Wow, okay then. Fluttershy held in her embarrassment. I know what you may think. I mean, my friends hated our relationship at first because they did not understand it. My mic is way over here. I need to fix it. Sunset shook her head. No, it's not that at all, she replied. It's, I just never thought you would, of all the girls at school, be dating living with an older man, you know, she whispered. Fluttershy smiled and held her mouth. Sunset shook her head and teasingly poked her. You little wench. Fluttershy was embarrassed but giggled instead. Shh, I know, she replied. It wasn't like we, did it straight away. We waited a month. Wow, a whole month. Sunset laughed. A whole month? Wow, she sarcastically remarked. Fluttershy told Sunset to stop and reminded her of the first time with Flash. Oh, that. She bit her lip. Well, I was 15 and stupid. Wow, 15? Holy hell, guys, slow down. We did not know what we were he did not know what he was doing, and it was a big, horrible mess. Fluttershy was surprised. Oh, I always thought you two seemed so in love, and that being, that way with him would only increase your love. Sunset laughed and nudged her meek but sweet friend. Oh, honey, this ain't a fairy tale. Sex is not like that. Well, not for me anyway, she sighed. Meh, maybe one day. Fluttershy realized what she had that night while they ate dinner after Sunset had left for the evening. They parted ways with a hug, and Discord remained cordial towards her. Sipping on a glass of wine, Discord asked if everything was now okay between the two friends. Yes, it's better than okay, Fluttershy replied. Replied, guys. Thanks to you. Discord smiled and tapped his knee for Fluttershy. She put down her napkin and raced over to him. In her long silk robe, designed especially for her in its soft yellow and pink, she planted herself upon Discord's knee while he wrapped his arm around her waist and pushed her soft head against his chest. I love you, he whispered into her ear. I hope I have enough Binding of Isaac footage. I really, really love you. I think I recorded 25 minutes, so I should be fine. Fluttershy felt warm and fuzzy. Me too. She looked up at him and gave him a very serious look in the eyes. I can't believe how fortunate I am, she said quietly while stroking his narrow face. Some girls, women, never find love, and some families have no love to give, it would seem. Need some punctuation in there somewhere. She explained the sadness she felt for Sunset Shimmer. Sadly, that is the world, my dear. Sadly, that is the world, my dear. People leave you. They let you down, and sometimes they rip your heart out. Discord replied with a morbid look in his eyes. Fluttershy gently caressed his sad eyes with her hands, warm, soft skin, and lit his eyes up again. I'll never leave you, she said. I am here to stay, I promise. Discord knew that. Fluttershy was unlike any other female he had met, and he knew deep down there was no other female like her. None that would be right for him, and none that would love him for who he is. He also would not have such strong feelings for any other woman, such as she, ever again. I know, my darling, he softly replied, clutching her tight. I want to spend the rest of my life with you, and I intend to, he smiled. Fluttershy felt her cheeks redden. She knew... I am recording. Okay. I'm scared. I don't want to have to read this again. I want to spend the rest of my life with you, and I intend to, he smiled. Fluttershy felt her cheeks redden. She knew Discord would one day purpose. He would purpose to her. So one day, I'll be your wife, she asked with a knowing voice. He pressed her forehead against his lips and kissed her. Yes. Why is that in all caps? Did he scream it? Was he like, yeah! Man. He then scooped... I can't yell. My mom is asleep right downstairs. He then scooped her up and led her to bed. What say you, and I adjourn for this evening? I like that, she cooed softly. Oh, God. This, It's almost over, but there's basically... I've just skimmed it right now. There's basically this next paragraph is just sex. Oh my god. Okay, are you ready for this? This is the hardcore sex part. Fluttershy panted and clung to the soft red satin pillows as Discord thrust himself inside of her. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth with precision he kept going. She was sweating, but it felt so good. She arched her back and moaned. This was the loudest she had ever moaned in her life, and she managed to let out a hearty "more" escape from her mouth. The words rang in Discord's ear as music to them, and he agreed wholeheartedly by thrusting harder and harder, grabbing her thighs as he lay on top of her. She closed her eyes and moaned in sweet delight. I love you, she murmured. You too, my petal, he exhaled, holding himself in. Fluttershy came with Discord, and with the most amazing feeling of sensual passion was expelled. Wiping the sweat off her forehead, Discord moved his body beside her and latched on to her large, ample bosom. "These are lovely," he giggled like a young man. Fluttershy flicked her hair back and bit her lip. "Well, they are all for you," she said, smiling as he ran his hands over her soft skin and down toward her nipples, making her flinch. "I'll never let anyone hurt you, not now and not ever," he whispered. She cooed at his fondling of her breast. "I know, Daddy Discord," she replied. He kissed her cheek and told her how much he enjoyed being called that. They locked lips and shared a passionate kiss before Fluttershy, fully exposed asleep in his arms, while he stroked her long flowing hair. Kissing her head, he said again, "Nothing's going to harm you. Not while I'm around." Now let's talk about this literary genius that was, what was this called? Something about candy cane? Revenge is a Candy Cane. Let's talk about this for a minute. The artist who wrote this. Who wrote this? Let's see. There's no artist. Oh, Vanilla Chocolate Swirl has 295 hits. This is honestly just the pinnacle of modern day just writing. You know, I mean, the use of rhetorical strategies and the satirical elements and the bullshit that is My Little Pony fanfiction. Like, what the fuck did I just read? I just spent 22 minutes of my life reading total bullshit just to get down to maybe a minute. Ronnie, shut up! I know I'm getting worked up about this too. Ronnie, I know I'm mad too. All right, this was bullshit. That is my guinea pig, Ronnie. It's okay. We can talk about this later. Okay? Yes, we're gonna watch regular porn later. Okay, good. That calmed her down. Faith, don't get worked up. Ronnie, okay. So oh, okay. I see what it is. So on the top it says human Discord. So I guess Discord was a man, but it says Fluttershy EG. I don't know what that fucking means. So I guess these both were people. No, I thought this was fucking ponies. I don't know, man. All right. Well, I don't know why I just did that, and I'm obviously running out of time here. But man, if y'all enjoyed that, please leave a like, or please share this, okay? I need this. I just spent 20 minutes of my life reading this, okay? Like, if you want me to do more, literally, I actually had fun with this. If you want me to read more things, and you want me to get rid of, like, I get rid of all their commentary just to read more fan fiction. But y'all need to recommend fan fiction to read. Like, I'm not gonna read like weird like horror fan fiction. No, it's gonna have to be porn. No, just erotic fan fiction. It can be like, oh, my nipples. You know, it doesn't have to be hardcore porn or anything. But that'd be cool. Not like obscure TV shows either. I prefer like maybe it was like My Little Pony. No Pokemon. That'd ruin things for me. I don't know. I'll do whatever you guys want. Whatever suggestion, I'll look at it, and yeah, I have more Binding of Isaac footage, and I think I'm only gonna read one tonight. Maybe tomorrow I'll read a couple more, but holy hell. Alright guys, I really enjoyed doing this. If you wanna see more things like this, please subscribe and check out other playlists like my EU4 or something if you wanna see actual commentary. And please share, please like. I'm gonna leave an annotation in the beginning just for the hardcore sex part, because I know people won't wanna read plot. You know, most people are like, oh, wow, he's a pizza man. You know, who gives a shit? So, yeah, I just want to see the sausage and the cat. Yeah. Alright, guys, so I'm gonna go before I run out of Binding of Isaac footage. Like, I'm on 25 minutes. I think I only have, like, that much of Binding of Isaac. So I love you guys. Anyone who's actually watching the video, I actually love you, and I really hope that you share this with some friends, or I hope you enjoy it. And, I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!